Hey you guys, it's me SpongeBob number 1 fan 2003 here, and as you can see I'm here with another SpongeBob Detective Pants book, and this one is called The Case of the Lost Shell, and you all remember that yesterday I actually reviewed these two SpongeBob Detective Pants books. So we reviewed The Case of the Missing Spatula and The Case of the Vanished Squirrel, and right now we're going to be reviewing The Case of the Lost Shell. So as you can see on the front cover, there's little Gary right there wrapped up in a blanket, and he's really cold because he doesn't have his shell. And then there's Patrick right there with a seashell on top of his head, and he's like trying to pull it off. And there's SpongeBob with his magnifying glass, and he's like trying to look for Gary's shell. And there's like a lot of like different kinds of snail shells and seashells and everything all over the sand here. And right here actually says with 30 holographic stickers. And a really fun fact about SpongeBob's magnifying glass and Patrick's little shell right there is that they're actually stickers. So yeah, you can like see these little holes cut out here. Yeah, it's just like those two right there, which I think is really super cool. Okay, and here's the spine, and here's the back. So right here is obviously a little description, and here are some other books right here that you can get. And this book was actually made by Lanette Oliver and illustrated by Stephen Reed. Okay, I actually really like Stephen Reed's illustrations of SpongeBob. Okay, so let's get started with looking at the pages that are in this book. Okay, so here are some of the beautiful stickers right here. So yeah, there's like a really pretty like sculpture right there. There's little Gary with his shell, there's SpongeBob, and then there's SpongeBob in his bed. There's some like seashells and snail shells, some jellyfishing nets, and like an ice cream sundae, and there's SpongeBob's magnifying glass and the shell that was on Patrick's head there. Okay, they're really super pretty and shiny and kind of glittery. Okay, and then there's SpongeBob right there holding up a little poster of Gary with his shell. And once again, this book was made by Lanette Oliver and illustrated by Stephen Reed. Okay, and this book was actually made in 2011. Okay. So SpongeBob is actually asleep right here, and he's actually dreaming about ice cream and stuff, and he's dreaming about it. He looks so cute. Okay, and he actually hears Gary like screaming or like meowing very loud, and you can see that he doesn't have his shell and he's really cold. So SpongeBob decides to dress up as SpongeBob Detective Pants and try to find Gary's shell. So SpongeBob goes to Patrick's rock and he tells him about Gary's shell. So Patrick dresses up as Patrick Pants, and now they're just trying to like think about where to go to try to find Gary's shell. And Patrick actually like writes a lot of places like Goo Lagoon, but there's obviously some seashells there, outer space, and Antarctica. But SpongeBob decides to just go to Angry Jack's Shell Emporium. So now SpongeBob and Patrick are at Angry Jack's Shell Emporium, and he's very and yeah, Angry Jack is actually very obviously angry to see SpongeBob because last time he was there, he damaged the place. Yep, shell shock reference. But yeah, you can see that there's a lot of snail shells. Yeah, that one right there and that one right there, they actually look like Gary's shell. So yeah, but obviously there's no shell that looks just like Gary's. So they actually go to the Bikini Bottom dump, and then they see little plankton there, and they're going like Patrick's asking him if he's seen Gary's shell, and obviously Plankton hasn't seen it. You can even see Patrick's little briefs right there. So yeah, and Plankton actually saw Squidward with a lot of snail shells, and then he took it back to his house. Like, he took them back to his house. So SpongeBob and Patrick decide to go to Squidward's house. And obviously Squidward doesn't want to let them in, but they actually, like, say pretty please with a cherry on top, or pretty please with a cherry, whipped cream, and chocolate syrup on top. And they actually really want some, like, little nuts on their ice cream as well. So then Squidward finally decides to let them in if they stop, so they go into his house. And SpongeBob looks so adorable right there. So cute. Okay. So they go into Squidward's house, and they ask him a lot of questions, and, like, they want to know what he's done with all of the snail shells, and Squidward actually made a very super pretty sculpture out of the shells, and I don't know why, but in my opinion, it just looks kind of pretty, you know? Like, I don't know why lots of people think that it looks bad. I think it actually looks kind of pretty. So, yeah, Squidward's actually tearing up right there, but yeah, you can see that SpongeBob and Patrick are really scared there, and SpongeBob's holding Patrick in his arms. And Squidward actually says that he actually saw SpongeBob leaving with Gary's shell yesterday morning. Or yesterday afternoon. And SpongeBob actually finally remembered that he was actually going to take Gary's shell to the vet for its annual cleaning. But then him and Patrick went jellyfishing, and he completely forgot all about picking up Gary's shell, and he forgot that he took it to the vet in the first place. So Squidward actually sort of solved the case, and SpongeBob and Patrick are very happy, and you can see that SpongeBob's hugging Squidward. Look at how cute that is! Oh my gosh, look at those little hearts! Okay. So SpongeBob and Patrick go stop by the vet, and they get Gary's nice and pretty, clean, shiny shell back, and they get some ice cream sundaes as well. So obviously they have ice cream with chocolate syrup and whipped cream and a cherry and some little peanuts on top. And yep, they're very super happy that Gary has his shell back, and Gary looks really happy to have his shell. It looks really pretty and shiny too. Okay, so they're very happy that they got Gary's shell back. Alright, and then here are the rest of the stickers right here. So yeah, there's poor Gary without his shell. There's a snail shell right there. There's a jellyfish, an ice cream sundae, and then there's cute little Patrick. Okay, and then here's this advertisement right here for Nick Jr., alright. So that's actually pretty much all for SpongeBob Detective Pants in the Case of the Lost Shell. I actually really super love this book right here. My favorite part was when they got Gary's shell back, and the mystery is solved. So that's actually very super cool. Okay, so yep, I hope you guys liked SpongeBob Detective Pants in the Case of the Lost Shell. Make sure you guys stay tuned for SpongeBob Detective Pants in the Case of the Ruined Sign later today. So yep, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So goodbye everybody, have a great day, and peace out.